retired or not retired? Now, we got a couple of things with this situation. Now, for those that I would say don't know, there were large reports about Brady retiring officially, even to the point where I made a video. I stopped working out to make a video, bro. I'm just throwing it out there because it was dominating the headlines. It was on sports and it was literally on every single channel. It was on, like, I was getting alerts on my phone from CNN, Fox News. It was the BBC, the World News. No, I was getting, because I got all the notifications. I'm like, I want to be diverse. I don't want to just hear from one. I need to hear from everybody.
Japanese
bro,
news,
everything was popping up.
South American
Brady.
news.
I even thought, bro, I had one from Seoul, Korea. I'm like, bro, I don't even know nobody out there. And it was like, hey, Tom Brady, all them years, he's done. And I'm like, all right, so I guess I should get up here and talk. Post a vid, it was great, and it was like, yo, but then a couple hours later, what did we start getting? He ain't retired. Buck said he ain't done yet.
Yeah, Arians, his dad.
Arians' his dad were the first two. Yeah. Then his agent came out.
Agent too, right?
Now, I will say this. I thought the dad and Arians did a great job. I think the agent, he just low-key confirmed what I was thinking in terms of...
This is on Tom's timeline.
Yeah. In terms of when you hear the agent talking about,
pull up
the quotes, because the one, it was very specific in terms of the agent talking about can't confirm the accuracy or inaccuracy.
Yeah,
that was the particular line for me. When I saw that line in there, I said, oh yeah, you're done. Yep,
this might be a while.
I'm noticing. I'm like, bro, that's a lot of writing in that article right there. But that's how I felt when we
I know.
Yeah,
you were trying to find something.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I can't read all this like that, bro.
Hold on, this gotta be it. This gotta be it. Tom Brady's agent response to retirement reports. This is Sports Illustrated.
Yeah,
and dude, just embed the tweet. There it is. Embed the tweet. That's all we need to see.
That's all we needed.
Text from Tom Brady's agent, Don Yee. I understand. This is in quotes. Why is he quoting his own text?
Exactly, bro.
I understand. This is copied and pasted from Brady, probably. Brady typed this up in notes, copy pasted
This is what you're gonna say, okay?
This is probably from Brady. If it's in quotes, maybe Brady said this. I understand the event, because now he's talking in third person. I understand the advanced speculation about Tom's future. Without getting into the accuracy or inaccuracy of what's getting reported, Tom will be the only person to express his plans with complete accuracy. Yeah. He knows the realities of the football business and planning calendar as well as anybody. So that should be soon.
Yeah, because he has a $4 million or multi-million-dollar roster bonus or some type of bonus that's supposed to come up next month.
Okay.
So that's another reason why. But backtracking, obviously the report initially started with Adam Schefter. That's where the report initially came from. Then from there, SportsCenter took it, NFL Network, and so forth and so forth. But after the fact, when the agent said what he said, when Tom's dad and Bruce Arians tried to refute it, SportsCenter and Adam Schefter and everybody doubled down on it.
They did.
Essentially saying that, hey, no, what we're reporting is actually facts.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah. And now for me, this is, and going back to what we were talking about in terms of the agent, I do believe that it is over for Tom. I just think right now that he's probably pissed that, he didn't get a chance to control the narrative, because as a guy who's did an announcement before in terms of retirement, you do want to be the one to get it out there. You want to feel like, hey, I'm going out on my terms. I get this message out there first. But as we say so many times with football, because it's so much money, because it's always about the news, it's almost a fight from us as players to break any type of news, whether you're talking injuries, whether you're talking contracts, or even in this case, retirement, because a guy like Schefter, they are connected. So when you're even flirting with the idea, they're hearing about that.
I didn't even say anything.
You know what I mean? And you're just like, bro, how did you know this? Yeah, like, that's
tap my brain.
That's the nature of it. So I do think that, yes, Brady was going to retire, or probably still will retire. If he were to come back out of spite, I hope it works out. But I do think he would look foolish if it didn't work out. That's my only thing, because it would look like, oh, so you came back out of spite. Oh, and we can tell. That's my only concern with it. But man, I still think that, he's going to hang it up, man. When you start talking about the family element of it and all of that, you don't bring that up if you're not, weighing that heavily.
Long quotes, long paragraphs I read in those ESPN articles after they lost.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like really thinking about it.
Yeah. And we have never heard him bring up that element. We've heard him talk about wanting to win. We've heard him talk about talent. It's been health.
Even extending his career. That's what it always is.
We have never heard him talking about the family element, or even saying that he's satisfied, in the sense of, what if he say, man, if I left today, I could look back on my career and say I'm satisfied. So the whole narrative of, well, he still has more to prove. He still has more that he's hungry for. It's like, you can still be motivated, but if you already feel like you're satisfied, well, I know that feeling. I got satisfied when I got that final deal, that final money. I was like, you know what? I'm good. It happens, bro. It happens. So that's why for me, I think I could easily see him continuing with this whole retirement, even though they're trying to do a little damage control and try to pull it back in a little bit. That's kind of my stance on it. What about you though, man?
What I think's going to happen, I don't know. I have no clue because I legitimately have this weird feeling Brady might just say, oh, F all you guys, I'm coming back. Prints out a picture of Schefter, puts like a target on his face and hangs it up in his locker room and is just looking at it throughout the season. Tries to throw for over 5,000 yards again and tries to get in the play, like all that. I could see it. Like, I feel like Brady's like that one guy that could do something like that. At the same time, you're right. The agent, how he was talking in those ESPN articles I read about family, it does feel like he's pretty satisfied. He's ready to ride off. Now, I don't know what I want him to do because he's a part of like the Ben Rodgers era. Yeah. Where it's like, oh, if he retired, this is just another.
Now you got both of them. Potentially Rodgers too. That could be 3 in the same class, like in the same season. Yeah.
Part of me is just like, if he goes, I just want Rodgers to go too. It's over.
Just get them all out.
Get them all out. It's the young guys now. The old guys would be like Russ and Stafford.
Everybody can't get in the same Hall of Fame class now. We know it's a limit on how many they bring in each year.
Those guys all get in.
We know what's the limit on how many they bring in each year.
That's how it should be.
What's the limit on how many get in each year, man? You don't want everybody returning at the same time. That's what I'm saying.
I'm good with it because I feel like Ben's got his own case. It's fine. All 3 of them should be first ballot.
You said they've been snubbing him his whole career, though.
I know.
You don't want to set him up for another snub, do you?
I might be due for a rant at that point. I could maybe go off for a nice rant.
A scale of 1 to 10.
Viral rant.
Scale of 1 to 10. Ben doesn't get in first ballot because Brady retires and the class is just too thick. Where you at in terms of your anger?
I'm not mad at Brady. I'm not mad at Brady.
Not Brady in terms of Ben not being a first ballot potentially. How would you feel about that? Like if that's how it worked out. I don't think it will happen like that, but if it were to happen, though.
Here's what I'm going to ask you. Is the reasoning because Brady, or is it just because they're going to snub him in general?
No, I think if a Brady retires, that could impact the class even more.
Okay. Well, either way, all right. So either way, I don't even know I asked the question. Either way, I'd be really pissed. Yeah. Because it's egregious. Yeah. Dude's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
That's my
thing. The quarterbacks that have gotten in first ballot, like, come on. Yeah. Come on. I saw, and these are like multiple guys. Someone brought it up in the Twitch stream. It's like Steve Young, Warren Moon, Troy Aikman. Like, these dudes got in first ballot, 2 quarterbacks in the same class.
I just didn't know if first ballot Hall of Famer was kind of like an MVP. Like, you always say, like, I don't care about those accolades. Oh, that's all right. We ain't worried about that. So if he was a second ballot Hall of Famer, does it take away from it? T.O. was second ballot. T.O. was one of the greatest receivers ever. He was second ballot Hall of Famer.
Was he second or third? Yeah, he might even have been third.
No, I think he was. I think
either way, he wasn't first.
You know, so it's like, hey, man.
We know T.O., though. We know T.O.'s first ballot. I'm just saying. And it's how I feel about it. It's just like, I don't know. I probably would go off. I'd be pissed off at the same time. It's just like, dude should have been first ballot.
Because let's see, who's available. Who would be available in that class 5 years from now?
Well, they're thinking Peterson. Adrian Peterson.
Did he play this year?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a part because Larry Fitzgerald, I know people brought him up, but he didn't play this season, so he would be in the class ahead.
Yeah. Peterson.
So you're looking at Peterson, Ben, Brady if he's retired.
Missing anyone else?
Those 3 off the top of my head. I don't know who else would be coming out right now. Shady McCoy, Gronk. Oh, I forgot Gronk.
Not Shady. Shady hasn't played this year.
You're right. So Shady's the class ahead. Gronk definitely. If Gronk retires, he's a first ballot guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That ain't
so we still
crazy.
And it's depending on who else they have carrying over, but
we good, bro.
I feel like not now. When you talking about this Rodgers retiring,
all 3.
You see, trio. You see how these numbers is looking right now. We running out.
No, but I think that's one of those scenarios. First time 3 QBs get in first
Frank
ballot.
Gore, he was the other guy. He's not first ballot to me, bro. Frank. Frank is the weird guy.
Is he even in? I guess he's in.
I feel like I have to say he's in, but I personally don't view him like
he's
that.
Steady Eddie.
I know. He's the definition of steady Eddie. He's I'm gonna give you 7.5 level play for 30 years in a row. You know what I mean? Like,
gonna get in. He should get in.
And you look at the numbers and you're like, oh, this is crazy.
As time goes on, you're just gonna be like, how's this dude not in?
But when you watch him, you're like, man, I don't feel like he was like that. But
no, he wasn't. His best year was his second year, rookie year. Yeah, after that, it wasn't the same. Now he did deal with a lot of injuries, but
oh man.
I think that's the first. If Rodgers retires, it's one of those things. The first year, 3 QBs all get in. First I can see that. That's what it should be.
I can see that because I was trying to think who else without going into like some of these older class or because for a person that's available now, in terms of like this class, if they're available 5 years from now, I don't see that working out like that. It would have to be a guy that might have got snubbed the year before. And that's what I'm trying to think, like, who could we see in that vein that could carry over?
Fitzgerald ain't getting snubbed.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, Fitz is getting in. AP is getting in.
Yeah. Is Shady a lock? First ballot?
I personally feel like he should.
First ballot?
I personally would. Just because I view him right behind AP, though, in terms of this generation. You talk about longevity, you talk about elusiveness, you talk about signature moments, you talk about hardware, you talk about hardware. But no, but like the serious, like in the all seriousness, like he checks every box you're looking for. Like what box are we looking for?
Super Bowls, come on.
Is it checked off? Yes or no?
What, 2 times, right?
Yeah, he has all pros. He has Pro Bowls. He's on the NFL. Was it he's stamped.
I think he'd be better if he just retired outside of those Super Bowls, like before those Super Bowls.
Well, he could have, but bro, the fact that he could say he's a 2-time Super Bowl champ only helps him. That's all I'm saying. So does it help him or hurt him? That's what I'm asking you.
I don't think it helps him because he wasn't a part of those teams.
So do you think it hurts him?
No, it doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think it helps him. I just think he could have retired like after Bills, like his last Bills season, and he'd be fine. I don't think his case changes.
Fair enough. All I'm saying is it adds to it. I don't think it hurts it.
You think it adds? How much? Big time?
We're talking 2 Super Bowls. I bet if we say, hey, Ben had an all pro in there, but he was an alternate, we wouldn't be hollering about that, right? We'd be over there like, hey, you got that all pro in him. Yeah.
No, I don't care.
Oh, you don't care.
No. Anyone else from last year then? Dude, we're fine.
Yeah, because it would have to be somebody from last year's class. And Fitz has to get in. Fitz is getting in first ballot. He'd probably be the headliner of that class.
No, it's first ballot. Ben's first ballot. Even if Rodgers retires, I don't know. I'm seeing stuff that Rodgers wants to be back with Packers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Although there's other things saying, oh, he's going to the Broncos.
Well, because Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah,
he went over there with him, man. Or he went over there. So yeah.
No, either way, yeah. Brady first ballot. Ben first
speaking
ballot,
of that situation,
Rodgers
though,
first ballot.
Just putting a bow on the whole Brady thing.
Yeah,
I feel like he's still going to stay retired. I think he's retired. You think he's coming back? Spite Shefty? Because I think Giselle she ain't hearing none of that spite. She ain't hearing none of that dunk on him. Everybody say, yo, Brady, you better get him now, man. You the only one that could do this, man. Ain't nobody done it before. Go ahead, get Shefty, man. Make him look crazy. Giselle over there like, listen, Thomas. Okay? I don't care what they have to say. Thomas, Edward, Patrick, Brady. I don't care about anything you got to say. This is what we gonna do. You know when the white you see the dynamic all the time. When wifey makes a decision, you know how it goes. We claim we're bosses. We're not bosses. No. I'm a worker. I'm a worker for her. Okay, I'm a boss to everybody else but her. She's the real boss. She's the head honcho. Okay, she's the Griselda Blanco. That's what. Yeah. So when you talk about Giselle, it's like yo. From a man in similar situations, and he's not even the biggest earner in the household. Think about that. You can't even. I can come in at least flex like, hey, look, man, you see what them comments talking about. She pulling out on Brady too. She put that chump change you making. Man, do you know what we got over here? Way more, way less work. What you talking about?
I'll pay you more not to work.
That's all I'm saying, bro. That's yeah.
I'll lean he comes back just for the hell of it. Yeah, I would really, dude. I could see it like midway through the season.
Hey, bro, you think he would come back? I think he's either gonna.
No. I'm not. I'm saying midway through the season, we see something in his locker room. It's a picture of Schefter and his tweet. That'd be awesome.
Low-key, that would be dope as heck, though. I like the storyline for it, but bro, hey.
I'm not confident. Mine's more like probably 51-49.
When those significant others get to speaking, and you've been, think about for Brady, it's like, bro, you've had your full share. Like, you've been doing this. You 44 years old now. It ain't like you're 34. You're 44. You know. It's like, yo, when is it my turn?